Guys, what is up? It is Saturday, January 18th, and we, after about 18 hours, we just made it to Toledo Bend. That's what's off behind me right now. It's raining, so I got you guys in the truck. But we just made it. It was a long haul, went all the way straight through the night. And we're gonna get loaded up and hit the water. So I think I'm just gonna roll with GoPros today because there's supposed to be off and on rain throughout the whole afternoon. So we got about 6 or 7 hours to just spend breaking it down and just starting to get to know the water. So stay tuned, it should be a fun one. Got a couple rods tied up. I got a jig. That's probably what I'm gonna throw most of the day today, just because there's all kinds of logs and stuff, and we're getting dumped in right now. So catch you guys on the water. So you're confident that was a bite?
I'm not.
No? Wait, no, I'm saying on the one that hit it 3 times.
Got him. Fish on. Dude, it's good. My net. Oh yeah. First fish at Toledo.
I haven't even seen him. First fish.
He's a decent one. He's like a 4.
Pull him up.
I've got 12-pound line on.
Can't even see him yet. You gotta bring him closer, it's so murky. I wanna get him head first. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That's my PB probably.
Dude, first fish? Are you kidding me? That's a 5.5. Oh my gosh. Dude, Toledo Bend.
Start that.
Half hour in. Let's go. That's a 6 all day. Look at that bass. Let's go, dude. Heck yeah. All right. Let me get the scale from behind you. Dude, he's a 6. I think it's gonna say like 5.7. Oh my gosh, I can't even get
It doesn't fit.
That's a 5.07 this is saying. All right, all right. And like I said, it's usually a couple ounces.
Within 30 casts.
30 casts in half. Oh, what a stud. You want to measure him or not?
No.
Dude, that's a stud.
Should I?
Yeah.
I'm guessing 22.
22? Really?
That's what I'm guessing.
21 on the dot. Dude,
Yep.
Dude, that's a 6-pounder. I think it is. I know that scale's short too. First fish at Toledo Bend, 30 minutes in, 5.5 pounder. There he goes. You can see the water level where it used to be. It's still down like 6 feet at least. Back in this little cut where we're staying at, that's just where we launched out of, and it's super dirty back here. Clarity's like not even a foot. Alrighty guys, it is morning of day number 2. We just probably made a half-hour run over to this other side because on the main lake the wind is ripping. We got about 15-mile-an-hour winds today, and there are big old rollers out there. It was interesting just even getting here, but we got back in this big cut, and we got a bunch of different like creek mouths and different stuff cutting back in here that we're gonna try. The clarity is a ton better than it was yesterday. Definitely at least a couple feet now, whereas yesterday we were in a lot of chocolate milk. So we're gonna get to it and hopefully get on some action. Here. And in that one right next to it, this could be worth at least checking out later on in the week. Let's go.
We're figuring something
I got
out.
that so quick.
Thanks, dude. It's not as
That's
big,
a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just tying on a Ned rig. We'd fish for about... What's up, Max?
Yeah.
You catching any?
No.
We literally, I was just gonna call you because we hadn't caught anything, and then Trent just caught a 4-pounder.
Oh, nice.
Where are you guys? What are you guys fishing?
Good if I throw them back.
Yeah.
Been catching all the fish, eh?
I know. What's up with that? All right, I'm not sure how much of that you guys were able to catch, but Trent, I was just rigging up a little Ned rig. We've been fishing for about 2 hours without any bites, and then I called Max just to see if those guys were doing any good, and then right as I turned you guys on, Trent hooked into a pretty good like 3.5, 4-pounder on the spinnerbait. So conditions are a lot worse today, really windy, really cold, dropped about 25 degrees. So that's our first one of the morning, but feels good to get into at least one. So we're gonna keep running some main lake points and secondary points and just see if we can't run into any patterns. We still got 3.5, 4 days to pre-fish, so stay tuned. Alrighty guys, it is about the middle of day 2 here on Toledo Bend. I've been fishing all morning. It's been super rough and windy, but we were able to figure out a little bit today. We caught, Trent caught a nice like 4-pounder in the morning. Wasn't really rolling for that because it was super windy then, and I was just kind of off of a secondary point. He was rolling a spinnerbait, right? Yep. Yeah, a little chartreuse spinnerbait in about 10, 12 foot of water. So we think we got a couple patterns figured out. So yesterday when we got here, it was a lot warmer. It was mid 60s, maybe even 70s. And then the whole week prior to this week, it was again warm, 60s and 70s. And so when we got down here yesterday, these bass were very active. They were up shallow and the shad were spawning and busting all over. And so that also brought up a lot of bass. And that's kind of also how we caught that 6-pounder yesterday that Trent caught. It was right up shallow throwing a chatterbait. The bass were pretty aggressive. They were biting it good. They were feeding on those shad real close to shore up shallow. So even though it was really warm yesterday and the bass were pretty active, we were only able to boat one, which was that big 6-pounder. But we got quite a few other like short strikes, and we also didn't have the whole day on the water. We probably only got 5 or 6 hours out there. So we managed to get a couple bites yesterday, and then last night we actually had a big cold front come through. It was like 25, 30 degree drop in the temperature, and so we got out this morning and it was, I think, 38 as compared to like mid 60s, 70 yesterday. And so obviously, as you can expect, the bite has been tough today. We noticed from a lot of scanning and fishing up shallow, we managed to get the 1 4-pounder today, relatively shallow in like 10 to 12 foot of water. But other than that, we noticed that most of these fish have moved out from back in the creek channels up shallow. They've moved from that out to like deeper parts of either the channel or out into the main lake off of like secondary points or something like that, because we've graphed over a lot of probably 15 to even up to 50, 60 foot of water and seen all kinds of bass up in there, suspending anywhere from like 30 to 50 feet. And so those bass are tough to catch. We actually were able to boat one white bass in 36 foot of water on a really deep crank. I was throwing a 10XD and actually got that thing to bite. That was a couple hours ago.
Oh, you guys were rolling, we're deep cranking in 36 feet of water, and I just caught the first fish, my first fish at Toledo Bend. Big old white bass on a giant, basically 10XD.
It's like, if that's really a white bass, it's like right here.
My first fish, cranking in literally 36 feet of water. That's probably what that school is we were marking. That's my deepest fish I've ever caught by far. Big old bait. Yeah, 1 second. I'm picking it up here. Alright guys, that's my first fish. Felt freaking good. Kind of been a grind out here, day 2, but we caught one good bass. Trent got like a 4-pounder, and then we moved out deep because we found a big school. So get this guy back in the water.
We noticed that a lot of those bass that had been up shallow the past week and yesterday when we got here have moved out because of the big drop in temperature. But hopefully as the sun heats up in the next couple days, it is supposed to get a little warmer. So hopefully these bass start to transition back into these creek channels and stuff like that. And hopefully we're able to get on another bit of a shallow bite here.